Hello and welcome to OEIncubator Executive Summaries. Today we're looking at The Age of Cryptocurrency. This book by Vigna, a reporter specializing in finance for the Wall Street Journal, and Michael J. Casey, cryptocurrency consultant and author, is a very popular read right now. Despite being published in 2015 before the recent explosion of Bitcoin, its lessons are valuable and its predictions are being delivered on and fast. The aspects from the book we'll focus on today will be why cryptocurrency has value, the positives of cryptocurrency over cash, the history of Bitcoin and its first purchase, and the risks associated with cryptocurrency. Let's get started. Number 1, the value of cryptocurrency. For a lot of people who've never heard of cryptocurrency, the idea that one coin could be worth more than $1,000 seemed pretty insane, and it was even more so when they realized it wasn't something they could physically touch or put into their pocket. So why does it have so much value? Well, what about these thin, colorful pieces of plastic? They have no real practical use, and the materials used to make them aren't too rare. So why do we see this as such value? Well, the value of money or any currency is based on 3 things: trust, supply, and perceived worth. Trust is the biggest one. When someone gives me a $50 note for my services, I trust that I can exchange this with someone else for something I value at $50, be it groceries, movie tickets, Iron Man merchandise, or anything else. Similarly, people have started to build trust in Bitcoin. Once people started trading it for goods of monetary value, people began to trust that it was of value. Remember that literally anything can become a currency as long as people agree on its value. Food was the first real currency, but it was swapped out for coin to avoid spoilage, and the metals of the coins had value, so they were adapted very quickly. Old tribes used to use trading sticks, and one interesting Micronesian island used huge stone wheels. So be it dollars or hairbrushes, anything can be a currency if it has established value which people agree on. With most currencies, for example our good old Australian dollar, or in our native tongue, dollary-doos, the value and amount is monitored and moderated by a governing body, the central bank. They keep track of the economy and control how much cash is there within the country by printing off bills or coins, or by not doing so. The price of Bitcoin is fluctuating quite a lot because it's not controlled by a single entity, meaning its value is decided upon by an entirely open and free market, and it's immune to most moderation attempts. This is one of the first positives of our second point. Number 2, the positives of cryptocurrency. We've already mentioned that the market is completely free, but what other positives does cryptocurrency have? Prominently, it makes it easier to trade with because it's middleman free. When I send someone a Bitcoin, it goes straight to them. It doesn't have to be sent via a bank that might take a cheeky fee from it. No middleman usually means cheaper transactions. The other big thing for Bitcoin is anonymity. Your Bitcoin wallet is tracked as a string of digits. You don't have a name attached. You don't need to register or sign up with any personal details. You can trade with Bitcoin all you like, and you won't be compromising your personal information at all. There's also security. The blockchain is the software that keeps track of where all the Bitcoins are and the history of where they were traded. This prevents hackers from spoofing coins and stops 11-year-olds from trying to copy-paste a Bitcoin, which is not how it works anyway. The system is strong, but it has its flaws, which we'll cover later on. Now that we're halfway through our executive summary, what do you think about the positives of cryptocurrencies? Are free markets and anonymity important to you at all? Let us know in the comments below. Let's move on to number 3, the history of Bitcoin. Bitcoin was started in 2008 with a paper published by Satoshi Nakamoto, and his open source software was released in January 2009. As the earliest adopter, he has 1 million Bitcoins, and even to this day, the actual identity of Satoshi is unknown. He could be this dude, or even a corporate entity. Of course, none of these 1 million Bitcoins meant anything until we gave them value. In May 2010, the first ever Bitcoin trade happened, where a man bought a pizza with Bitcoin. He was an early adopter and came to an agreement with another early adopter to make the trade. He sent the man 10,000 Bitcoins, and in exchange, the man paid for his order of pizza using his credit card. If he had just waited another 7.5 years, his collection of 10,000 Bitcoins would have a value today of over $200 million. That's not pizza money, that's owning a large pizzeria restaurant chain up the entire East Coast money. Growth has been happening in sporadic bursts for some time. As of January 2013, a Bitcoin was worth around $129. However, as popularity grew and more people were adopting the early craze, the value skyrocketed. The value had increased by 800%, a level of growth almost unheard of in any level of economic investment. Even companies were jumping on board at an increased rate. In 2012, companies invested approximately $2 million in Bitcoin-related projects. By 2013, this number had jumped to $88 million. A lot of money, and everyone is jumping on board, but there are some cons to this. Number 4, the negatives of cryptocurrency. The completely free market of cryptocurrency means that it's free from corruption and middlemen intervening, but it also means it's difficult for governments to regulate. Banks are able to control the worth of money by regulating and moderating it, as well as preventing fraudulent activities. But Bitcoin is only moderated by its own software, which is almost unhackable, but it has been done before. In 2014, hackers found a way to spoof transactions, which duplicated Bitcoins and made them look legitimate. Once news broke, the price dropped from $703 to $535. The volatile nature of Bitcoin in an open market is that it can go to the moon at any time, but if something drastic happens, it could spell gloom and lose most of its value overnight. Additionally, because the software is open source and the blockchain isn't based on one central location, it's always online. If the government decided to shut down Bitcoin tomorrow, they can't just go to the wall and press the off button. Anonymity is a great feature for security. However, it's been picked up on by a lot of people trading in illegitimate markets. Drugs, guns, hitmen, hackers, and even human trafficking use Bitcoin as a way to get money and not compromise their identity. Investigating forces have minimal ways to catch criminal activity when Bitcoin is so secure. Despite its cons, cryptocurrencies seem to be the way of the future. The age of cryptocurrencies goes into a lot further detail regarding its history, as well as how the blockchain actually works, and is a great read for anyone who's been thinking of investing in cryptocurrencies or getting more familiar with how they work. To pick up a copy of The Age of Cryptocurrencies, check out a link in the description. And to see more of these videos and learn about how you can design your business to grow completely without you, making you financially independent, subscribe to us and turn on notifications, as well as checking out all of our offerings at OEIncubator.com. I'm Alfie Coyle. I trust this video has supported your growth, and I wish you much love and success.